G'day folks, it's time to get my lovely Core i7 rig out here for a bit of maintenance. I've already given it a bit of a blowdown with some compressed air to get the dust out of it, but it's had another problem that I noticed a little while ago, about a week or two ago. The stock Intel liquid cooler is starting to get a little bit crusty, and apparently they do this. I'm noticing around there a little bit of seepage or something. It was worse before I blew it out, but the worst part is in here. This hard, crusty residue. Those little white spots, they're like coagulated coolant, sort of like what a heater core does in a car after so many hundreds of thousands of kilometres. Except this has only happened over a period of about, what, 2 years tops. It's a bit disappointing, but some people did say that these stock Intel coolers are kind of shit, so let's get it out, get it apart, and actually clean those areas where it's been hemorrhaging, and find out what's really going on. I'm not going to poke it too much while it's in the computer, just in case it does spring a leak, but it looks like it's eaten through the very thin aluminium heat exchanger tubes. Everything else is working fine. This thing runs rock solid, but that's a bit of a worry, so I'm going to go for a giant air cooler. I've got a Cooler Master, big Cooler Master air cooler, heat pipe cooler for the time being, but I might go back to liquid cooling. I would like to put one up the top here where those two fans are. This case is actually designed to house a full-size liquid cooler up the top there, but I'd probably buy a Corsair or something similar. Wouldn't never buy another Intel. These were fairly inexpensive, which is sort of why I got it, because, you know, screw buying a really big one just yet, at least unless I need it. But it's done its job. It has lasted probably 2 years. I can't remember when I actually built this, but that's pretty good mileage for what I paid for it. So let's take it out and take it apart and see what's gone wrong. But yeah, this is my gaming beast for the bedroom. It's got a HD 5970 in it, 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RAM, 1600 megahertz, Corsair GS700 power supply, and a 1TB WD Black Series hard drive, running the operating off a Corsair Force GT 120 gigabyte SSD. So you got all my Steam library and everything goes on here. Everything basically apart from Windows and swap file and that sort of stuff. I know you're not supposed to run swap file on there, but I never got around to configuring it otherwise. But yeah, the SSD is a bit of a lifesaver, and I'm going to be putting a couple in the wall PC soon as well, just to get better performance. Yeah, motherboard Asus P9X79, socket 2011. Yeah, it's a decent board, and the case is a Lian Li Landcool PCK63. Okay, so I got that cleaned up. I had the chip out, cleaned everything off it. It's a i7 3820. Nice performing chip. I'd be tempted to put it in the wall PC if the wall PC wasn't the next socket below it. So I can't actually put that in the wall PC. I'll have to get a CPU for that one separately. Anyway, I don't want to degrade this one, even though I don't play many games on it. I certainly want to upgrade. I don't want to get a 970 for this one now. That old, as much as I love it, that poor old HD 5970 doesn't really cut it anymore. Now the old cooler definitely has some crusties on it. I'm wondering if that's just a bit of gunk off the coil, like the solder flux, but I doubt it. I've never seen that on an alley radiator before, never. It's really unusual. It's not doing it on the outside, or the inside, sorry. Not doing it in there though, which is weird. That unit will be alright, the pump heat sink unit will be alright, but the rest of it, probably not. Okay, so this is the cooler that I'm going to run. Nice big Cooler Master. I can't remember the exact model. There's a little thing on there. Not sure whether to go side flow and have a fan in the back or just rely on the two top ones. I'm thinking, because it's pushing air through the coil, might have it push all the hot air up and just use these two in the top, actually blank that off. So I suppose it wouldn't hurt to put another puller in there anyway, just pull all the air up and out the back. Should work pretty well, in theory. That's my theory. I could put it that way, but again, it's pulling air that way. Yeah, I don't know. Might be, it's a bit hard to get in there and do it up that way. This way at least I can take the video card out and get to the screws quite easily. The other way's a bit hard. So, yeah, I'll have a little bit of a think about that and then, yeah, install that one. That'll work just as well. These things are pretty good. Okay, so that's how I'm going to mount it. It's actually pushing air through, it's not pulling air through it. I'm going to put another fan here just to pull more air out of the case and disregard the idea of mounting them vertically. I'm not 100% sure if it really affects heat pipe coolers, but I remember somebody saying that the pipes should really be sort of high-low. So yeah, I'm going to do that. That gives easier access to the RAM anyway, especially if I want to shove more in there, because by the time you get it around like that, yeah, you can't get any more RAM in there. So yeah, if I populate these two slots, I can't do it. So that is the way these go, just like that. Need another fan on the other side though. I should have one that will clip on using the extra brackets that you get in there. Cool. So I'll strip that fan off, get it in place, then get it all mounted up, then start attaching fans. Should be able to run 2 fans on this. Okay, that looks better. These ones aren't too hard to install on the socket 2011. Apparently these are a pain in the butt because you've got to put this on the other sockets. So yeah, not the most ideal. But this one is pretty straightforward. I do have extra clips for an extra fan. I'm hoping this frame style is exactly the same as an industry standard 5-inch fan, because I do have plenty of them. I just don't have the another Cooler Master one. I don't care if they don't match, I just want to replace them, or I want to install one. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I just put standoffs, the shorter of the two types of standoffs on the CPU. That was the first one I looked at, but the thread's too long. Do not try and drive them all the way in, you will ruin your main board. They're too long. There's a little install tool, heatsink paste, all that good stuff, and all the other mounting bits for this little mounting spider. But no, this thing just went straight on, not a problem. Anyway, I am going to probably commission this fairly soon. I know one of these top fans isn't running at the moment because I haven't connected it, but I will make sure that it's reconnected. Oh no, they're both connected. I know I did something, oh that's right, I disabled some of the LEDs because they were just annoyingly bright. I'm not a big fan of blue LEDs. I should have bought the case with the red LED lighting. But these all have permanent blue LEDs, and I haven't disabled those. There were some others around, but yeah, doesn't matter. I'll probably just get rid of all of them, especially being in the bedroom. If I leave it running, I hate having ambient light. Unless it's red. Red light's really nice. Blue light and white light, green light, that sort of thing, nah. I would like to replace these with red ones. I do have some nice red ones somewhere. There we go. I knew I had some. Alex993cc1 sent me these a while ago. I did kind of wash them out with hot soapy water because they just had sticky like nicotine residue and dust stuck all over them. They've obviously come out of a smoker's PC, but they all still run just fine, and the bearings are still good too. They must be sleeve bearings, not ball bearings, because they wouldn't have survived otherwise. But yeah, these things were those yellow muck stuck all over them. But they're good now. They're Aerocool Shark series fans, which is kind of cool. I might look at replacing these while I'm at it. I'll have to pop this drive bay out, and then I can replace those front ones, and that can go in the back there actually. Red case. Okay, so I've cleaned the muck away from where the where the suspected hole was, and sure enough these are all holes. I've given them a slight scratch down, like just a very gentle scrape away, and sure enough this little hole's opened up. There we go. Squeeze one of the hoses and spurt. Same with that one there. It's right in there. Yeah, it's just tiny little one starting there. Yeah, there'll be one there, there and there. There'll be one there. And one about there. Yep. These coolers are not worth shit for longevity. I mean, for short term, yeah. Buy one if you need it, but replace it before it gets this old. It's well over 12 months old, but I'd say run it for about 6 to 8 months and look at something better, like save up in the meantime and spend some money on a bigger, better cooler from like Corsair or someone like that, because that is just bad. The coolant's still clear and clean, so it's not diabolical, but yeah. Yeah, it smells like propylene glycol. Glycerin, propylene glycol, maybe ethylene glycol. I'm not 100% sure on the fill on these. I don't think I have the box for it anymore, so I can't. No, there might be a material safety data sheet out for them. But yeah, that coil's bad. This is probably still fine. The pump and the heatsink can be fine. But yeah, it smells like radiator or antifreeze for a radiator, so it's probably ethylene glycol. But something's gone horribly wrong, and it's quite corrosive if it's eating its way through an aluminium core at this point in time. Anyway, let's look at fitting these fans up and then get the PC back into service. That's just bad. Yuck. Okay, after a good wash down and clean out, you can definitely see pitting. And this isn't me ripping the fins back making the hole, this is in areas where the fins don't even go near. These are definitely getting eaten out by coolant. I'll even leave that little spill of coolant on the table overnight and see what happens to it. It's a raw steel table, cold rolled steel. See what happens. You can already see it going a little yellow. This would still be reusable. I'll put new lines on it and everything. I've given everything a good flush out with water. I'll replace these O-rings under here, take the screws out, replace the O-rings and just reuse the fittings with my own hose clamps. So the pump should be fine. I'll take that plastic cover off, of course, and inspect everything, but that could probably be reused for wall PC. We'll go liquid cooling. I still have the cardboard box and the extra mounting brackets and things for it, so we should be just right. I think those can even be turned around. I don't know. It's set up for socket 2011. I think it's 1152 that I need, but yeah. Anyway, this thing, it did its job, but yeah, I guess you get what you pay for. It's a very flimsy, lightweight radiator. Oh well, let's test some of these fans and see if I can fit them up. If they are noisy now, I won't fit them up. But if they're still completely quiet, then I'll fit them. We'll go red case. Yeah, that's cool. That's the smallest of the lot. That's going to go in the back of the case. No bearing noise. There must be bronze sleeves because they survived hot soapy water and a nice drying session. It was one of those last ditch efforts to salvage them. And the red's nice and cool. So yeah, let's test the rest of them and see how we go. Yeah, these big guys survived quite well too. No bearing noise. That'll do. I'll install all of them. I'll have to give Leon Lee credit. When you buy one of their cases, you get something that's pretty well made. Decent cable management, decent quality. This isn't one of the all aluminum ones, it's a steel case. It's still been hauled around to a few LAN parties and generally not that well taken care of, but it's still perfectly fine. Again, it's just well set out. Definitely the best case I've ever owned. Yeah, so they're the top fans. That can be replaced with a liquid cooler if need be. I think there's enough space in this. Yeah, there is. There's enough space in this top cavity here to accommodate a liquid cooler. Yep. So that's always an option. But I want to get in there. I've hidden everything up top, so I've got to pull the whole side out to get the rest of the fan connectors out. But I'm going to pull these blue fans out and put them into spare parts storage. And I'm probably mod them, either replace the LEDs or just delete them and use them on wall PC, because wall PC is getting a clear acrylic front eventually, or at least some clear acrylic air ducting and extra fanage. These are going to be perfect because they're also completely translucent. I'm not going to put any obnoxious LEDs in them though, because it's right in front of my face where I'm working. So I'll just clip the leads off the LEDs, just delete that circuit, and have pure clear fans on a clear acrylic backing plate, which will be really nice. So yeah, let's get these red ones in and be done with it. I've got a bit to do tomorrow, so I'm not going to be up too late hopefully. You know that won't be the case. I've never used that external SATA, eSATA. Okay, let's do a little power test. I don't have a USB keyboard at the moment, but I'm just going to do a momentary on, momentary off once it boots. So yeah, it's either going to work or it's going to have kittens. One or the other. It's usually how my projects end up. That looks better. No, I could put them in the wrong way. Oh, you idiot. I've got to turn the fans around. They're supposed to be going that way. It is working though. Well, part way there. Oh, what are you complaining about? Oh, because I took the CPU out of the board. You gotta love it. Very modern PC, and it's still got the old American Megatrends BIOS screen on it, just like the old days, like that sort of stuff. If I booted that up, it'd have basically the same kind of screen. Yeah, it's a little bit upset with me, but I can change that. Oh, I'll just move the drive bay out of the way, flip the fans, and we'll be all good. But yeah, it's got to go that way. Cool, looks better though. A lot less blue. There we go. Red power supply. Nice. Yeah, that's not right. It's not supposed to be blowing air out the front. Okay, what's up now? Booted straight away next time around. Don't want these running flat out though. I've got them connected straight to power headers, so they're getting full 12 volts all the time. I'm going to have to make a sacrifice and probably blank off one of these so I can use two of the PWM controlled headers, because there's only one there and everything else is pretty much occupied, although I could use the CPU option. So I might use CPU option and chassis fan number 2, that one there. Everything else seems to have been taken up. Oh well. It'll give me some options. And at least cut the noise down. It's reasonably noisy, and this is a bedroom PC, so I do leave it running, watching videos at night, that sort of thing, and often fall asleep with it on. I don't want to be waking up in the middle of the night to the drone of a lot of fans. So it doesn't really need this many fans. I might end up blanking a couple of them off, but yeah, it'll do. Even if it's just this one here working, and this one has a blanking plate over it, that's not too bad. Just cool the drives down, cool that down, blank that one off. So there's just proper airflow. Who knows? Anyway, that should do for now. I won't video setting it up. I'll do a proper test and everything when it's all done. Thanks for watching.